What's up, everybody? It's Richard on a Thursday night for some more wrestling rants and some really sad news. Been busy this week, been meaning to drop some rants, and I will be doing so this evening as I was planning on, but some terrible news came in the world of wrestling just a few hours ago. I'm sure most of you have ever heard about it and are searching for information on the details of it, what happened, things of that nature. But unfortunately, you can hear the music, you can see the shirt, but one Bray Wyatt, Williams Rotunda, has passed away today at age 36. Absolute heartbreaking situation. All accounts, still at a loss for words with this one. Yeah, this was something. This was a big shock, and it kind of a few things come to mind. First and foremost, this kind of explains why there's been so much on and off with him the last couple of years, particularly since around WrestleMania in Tampa. It's been quite a while now. Was that 3 years ago? 2-3 years ago. And the other thing that just hits me like a rock with this news is that you just never know when that's it. And that's it. We're gone. And that's the situation with this death of Bray Wyatt, is that it just came out of nowhere. There has been some information that has come out on his death already. Not a whole lot. I'm sure there'll be more this weekend coming up here and things of that nature, but one thing to note is that he was legitimately preparing to return very soon. It is not a timetable that has been revealed quite yet, but from all indications, it sounded like he was going to be returning to WWE very, very soon. First iteration of this coming out today was Triple H posting a tweet that he spoke to Rotunda's father, which is formerly Mike Rotunda, IRS. Some people may know him by and such, but that's when the news first hit today, and there's been a little bit more information that has come out since the initial news of his passing. One thing that I found interesting was that literally like 2 days ago, maybe 3, I'm on a Facebook message group, or a Facebook group, that's the Greatest Wrestling Collection, GWC. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that gentleman, but he has an incredible wrestling collection, and quite a Facebook group. If you want to subscribe to that group, I would highly suggest so. A lot of wrestling personalities are in that group and post regularly. Godfather, etc. And one of them was Tatanka, who actually had a message that he posted from Jim as of recently, where he was working out with Bray Wyatt, and even we mentioned that he's preparing for a return soon. And let me tell you, he looked in great shape. Talking about Bray Wyatt, not Tatanka. Tatanka was fine too, but Bray looked in great shape. He lost some weight. And now it kind of makes maybe a little sense why there's been some weight loss with Bray Wyatt as well. Just about an hour or so ago, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful.com, a relatively reliable source in the world of wrestling, has posted that he did get some information about his death, and apparently this is just one source so far, so maybe take it with a little bit of a grain of salt for the moment. But he reported that Bray Wyatt had some previous heart complications didn't elaborate, but apparently earlier this year, which may have been around the time, if you recall, he was slated to face Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley in a three-way at WrestleMania, and a little bit before that time, just kind of disappeared from TV. Apparently around that time, perhaps, he contracted COVID, Bray did, and that exasperated his heart issues that he already had, and he eventually and reportedly had a heart attack today at the age of 36 years old. It's just so tragic. This is actually one of the hardest rants I've ever had to do talking about this stuff. This is really, really tough news. Very much a fan of Bray. And that's Husky Harris days. You know, he had something special. Once the Bray Wyatt character came around, he's at a whole new level, obviously. My first real memorable moment from a live perspective was I was at Elimination Chamber 2014 in Minneapolis here. And that phenomenal six-man match with the Wyatt family in the Shield was just at a whole other level. And way, by far, the best stuff on that show. Quite frankly, some of the best stuff all year in WWE that year. That six-man was something. If you recall, they had a series of matches. I think they had one on Raw, maybe even one on, of all things, Main Event. That also really hit. So, obviously, the Fiend character was groundbreaking. I've talked about it before on rants, but I am a huge horror fan, and that character was next level stuff. Absolutely, the entrance, the music, just the aura of the character was something else. Really sad that he never fully got his just due in the company. Now that we know, because of health issues apparently, and I'm sure probably by this weekend there's going to be a lot more information coming out on his health and what led to this. Eventually, reportedly, I'm going to keep saying that because this has only come out by one source, but reportedly a heart attack today, age 36, and I'm 44 years old right now, and I can't even imagine having a heart attack almost 10 years ago. How that, I can't even wrap my head around it. It's unreal and so sad that he was legitimately on his way back to the company to finally get that run that he truly deserved, and it was not to be. So we did get at least a run that I felt was pretty respectable at the end there. I wish he could have made WrestleMania. I would have loved to see him in there with a Brock Lesnar and to see where they would have gone from there. Just so sad. Bray Wyatt dead at age 36 from a reported heart attack. Just tragic. So tragic. While we're at it, just a really sad day in wrestling yesterday, too. I was about to comment on this as well at some point, but the death of Terry Funk, one of my favorite wrestlers, also passed away at 79. I think that one I'd been preparing for a little while on. He had been having some dementia issues, reported, I believe, by Don Morocco middle of last year. He was in a nursing home at that point, battling dementia, and from pictures and such that had come out, it did appear it was the case. He lost a significant amount of weight. Ric Flair commented at the end of this past year, 2022 at the end, that Funk was apparently back home and doing all right. But I do wonder if maybe that was maybe a hospice type of situation that he just lasted this long. I don't know. But very sad couple days in wrestling. Terry Funk passing away, the legend of hardcore wrestling at the age of 79, and today, sad news. Unexpectedly, Bray Wyatt passing away at the age of 36. And as it always is with these things, they always tend to come in threes, unfortunately. So it does make me wonder who maybe is the third one out of the wrestling personalities pass on. Hopefully not. Hopefully this is it for a while. Very, very sad. Bray Wyatt passing away today at the age of 36. I don't know what else to say other than two of my favorite wrestlers in the business passed on. This very, very somber rant. I really don't know what else to say anymore at this point. Maybe a few more comments on Terry Funk. I did get the opportunity to meet him before WrestleMania 32 in Dallas, literally across the street from the AT&T Stadium, and he was such a gentleman to the fans that came to that meet and greet. I just couldn't believe how friendly this guy was to everybody that came to see him at that event. It was just a simple meet and greet, a picture with him, autograph. Just one of the most kindest men I've ever met in the world of wrestling. I never had the fortunate luck to meet Bray Wyatt, unfortunately. I wish I would have had that luck, but a lot of memories that I'll carry for both of these wrestlers. Really just two legendary figures in the world of wrestling in two different ways entirely. Bray was very creatively just unbelievable. I think a lot of the ideas of the Firefly Funhouse and the Bray Wyatt theme character and even the Wyatt family appeared to be a lot of creative input from him. As far as Terry Funk goes, I mean, what can you say about his career? My God, an absolute living legend. That there's no hyperbole in that statement, that's for sure. From the multiple world championships to multiple stints in various organizations, WWF, WCW, the NWA back in the day. He had quite a storied history in Japan as well. Ran multiple different territories successfully. Was strong in Texas. Had some runs back in Tennessee. What can you say about these guys? They were both larger than life, and they will be dearly missed by yours truly, and I'm sure you as well. All right, everybody. Well, we're going to keep moving on here at Wrestling Rants. We will be dropping a couple more rants this evening. We have top 10, we got the midweek must-see matches. We also got an introspective, Stay in Wrestling. Just a heads up, it's Vince McMahon's birthday today, of all things. My God, what a fucked up deal there. But, yeah, we'll be back later with midweek must-see matches. We'll be back with retrospective. I was going to be doing a triple threat top 10 takes on all of the events I did not get a chance to rant on this week, which would have been the New Japan Super Junior Festival USA, also the Multiverse United 2 Impact versus New Japan, and NXT Heatwave. We'll see if I can muster some energy here and get those collated for a triple threat top 10 takes on those three events. Can't guarantee anything, folks, but I can tell you that we will be at least having midweek must-see matches later, as well as retrospective for sure. Maybe that top 10 takes will hit, maybe it won't, I don't know, but time will tell. We'll see what I can do, but this is just sad, really sad news. I'm sure this coming weekend, we're going to be doing a laying around down, previewing All In, and maybe I'll provide some more information and details on the deaths of these two legendary figures in wrestling around this weekend. Till then, folks, come on back later on. Midweek must-see matches, retrospective, on its way, coming up next, right here at Wrestling Rants.